Test is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Ron here at Ablesys. Welcome to the webinar. We'll go over the charts and signals from today and recently. We'll take a look and see. I'll show you what you want to be looking for on your chart using AbleTrend. And if you don't have AbleTrend or you just have a trial now, just compare it to what you normally use and see what works better. Obviously, that's the way to evaluate it and compare your trading results with AbleTrend's trading results. And I think you'll see the difference pretty quickly too. So let's jump in and take a look. This is a longer term stock chart, daily, weekly. We always combine two time frames into one chart. That's what makes it work so well, and that's what also gives us the no trade zones, which help to filter out false signals. So that makes a big difference, especially when the markets get choppy. Now, I guarantee they're going to be losing trades, and we're not going to filter out everything. I wish we could, but then again, we'd have a holy grail then, which doesn't exist. We'd have a perfect system. But so there's definitely going to be some losing trades. I mean, I can guarantee you that. And there's certainly risk in trading, but you're going to see that it's going to filter out a lot of chop, not all of it, not 100%. Again, that'd be perfect if it did, but it's going to filter out a good portion of it. But most importantly, it's going to catch all the trends. That I can say for sure that it will do. And the key is you have to be very disciplined. And, serious AbleTrend trader is going to do extremely well. And I know many of hundreds of them that do extremely well. I mean, because they're like a robot. They have no emotion, and that's where you and we get in trouble. Anybody would. I mean, believe me, I certainly know. It was when we use our feelings or other indicators or our thoughts, or our emotions, guaranteed to lose. It certainly couldn't be consistent. So we'll take a look and see. And this is Lulu. I've got a daily chart here. What we're looking for is we're looking for triple confirmation. That's why you get so many less losing trades with AbleTrends indicators than every other indicator that there is because everything is low risk and we have two time frames that have to agree. Otherwise, it's simply no trade. Another thing is there's no gray area. There's no, any other indicator you use, especially all the free indicators, which are worthless. It's a gray area. You might have a buy, I have a sell. You look at it differently than I do. With AbleTrend, there's no gray area. It's exact. Yes, it's a trade, or no, it's not. There's no thinking about it, or I'm not sure. Yes, it is, or no, it's not. Period. That's the best part about it. I love that part. So we've got the red X. That means the weekly signal has gone on a sell because red means down. Blue means red is sell, blue is buy, green is neutral. And then right here, we've got the triple confirmation. So we're going to sell it there, and when the market went, the end of Feb when the market crashed, and obviously it went down. But just to get more recent, and I want to also look at an intraday mini Nasdaq chart, which is our favorite intraday chart to day trade because it's a much smoother chart than any other market for day trading. But we'll get to that in a second. But here's the latest signal on Lulu. There's the daily went a couple days before the weekly, as it normally does, because obviously it's 5 times faster. It's 5 trading days in a week. But we still had this red cross up here, meaning there's resistance. There's weekly resistance, so we're not going to take it. But now, once we get the blue cross, meaning the blue signal is now long. Okay, the next day comes up, it's green. No, not yet. Blue. There's where we're going to get in. At the close of that, actually the open of the next day right there, because this is a daily chart, daily, weekly chart. So it's more for longer term stock trades. So right there is where we're going to get long. Let me move this out of the way. At the open of this day right there, so at 282, let's just call it 201, we're long, and as long as we have the blue dots, we stay in the trade. We're safe. This is the whole point of AbleTrend. We've got hidden support here. Now, we put those dots there 2 days before it happened. Not 2 minutes, not after the fact. That's cheating. Anybody can tell you after it happened what should have done. Right here, 2 days before it even happened, you had that support point. meaning there's just a big wall of support, kind of like a roadblock under the price, which is a good thing. It went right to the dot and stopped. 3 days in a row, bounced off and it went up. Same thing here. Now, it went a little under, but the stop loss goes at the second lower row of blue dots, not the first, second, the next level down. So we never have to stop. So as long as you got the blue dots, it means stay in the trade. Don't get out early. Don't get scared. You don't have to. You have Abletrend. This is the advantage of it. It's got to be some advantage. We're here 20 years. We're still in it at 312. So, it's pretty cool. I mean, at 201 and it's at 312, that's over 50% in 2 months. If you had Abletrend signal, you just simply follow the trade, follow our rules. And this is what I'm going over with now. And I go even more in depth in the one-on-one trading session. Very important. I can teach you more in 15 minutes in a one-on-one 15-minute trading session than you watching, 100 webinars. So, and it's, included in the 1 month trial. So I'll gladly do that for you. We'll schedule it. I schedule them, and then we can do that. So this way, the right way to do it. So this way, you get your money's worth from the beginning of your one 30-day trial. Everybody gets one 30-day trial. So obviously, you want to make the best of it. And don't do it until you have plenty of time to evaluate it and compare it to your normal trading results, because you can scroll back 10 years on an end of day chart, and you can go back a few days on an intraday chart, but more importantly, you'll have it 30 days going forward. That's the best part about it. You can see it in real time live. So, again, that's the best way to do it. I'll do the one-on-one trading session for you. And we always have a little discount anytime before the trial finishes. In other words, while you're still on your trial. So, you want to make the best of it. And I always want everybody to get their money's worth, just like I would want to if it were me. So this is your intraday E-mini chart. We like the mini NASDAQ. That's our favorite. But you can trade anything you want with Abletrend. It works exactly the same accuracy for stocks or futures, or for day trading, or for long term or swing trading. Same accuracy for everything. Just depends on whatever you like to trade. So if you're doing overnight or actually early in the morning, this is what you'd be looking for. Two huge winning sell signals, because that's the first time you get a red small dot, not the big dot. Big dot's just telling you it's the first. It's a trend change. It's a 1 minute trend change. But you also have to have the cross or the big dot. You have to have the 3 minute agree. Otherwise, no trade. This is a no trade zone. But 1 minute went blue, meaning 1 minute went to buy, but the 3 minute is red. Red and blue are opposites. Anytime there's red and blue on the chart, no trade. No trade zone. Stay away. It's too risky. We've got clients, everybody's collectively trading millions of dollars. Although everybody's trading different markets with the software, it's got to be as low risk as possible. Or who would want it? I certainly wouldn't. So we have some, two really good early morning trades. Obvious no trades on here, and it's a good thing we didn't. The software, when this first happened, right there, the software, what does that mean? It's telling us, if it could talk, saying the market's probably going to be very sideways or choppy. That's what it means when you have red and blue together. And looking at it 20 minutes later, wow, that's exactly what happened. It went sideways. But once it broke out, right at the open, we had a short signal. And that's what you can, triple confirmation sell. Down it went very nicely. No trade zone here. Buy signal is here. Now, I'm not going to take it there, because sometimes it has 3 minutes. Remember, the crosses have 3 minutes to decide. It's a 3 minute signal. The price bars have 1 minute to decide. And once the bar or the cross closes, either after the 1 minute or 3 minute, it's final. That's why we wait for the bar to close before we take the trade. So that's why some people, you might think, oh, well, this is after the fact. No, this is exactly what you saw. If we don't take a trade until it closes, and it's final when it closes, well, you can look at it now, last week, or 20 years ago, the chart never changes. And it's the exact same signal. So here would be a losing trade because it's triple confirmation buy signal, and then it turned around and went down, and the stop always goes at the second lower row of, as I mentioned before, lower level of blue dots below the price. Now we've got another perfect short signal right there. If you're looking at it live, this is what it would look like. Okay, first you want to look for the cross. Okay, now the 1 minute has gone to red. Now we need a red cross with a red, and that means the 3 minute is also on a buy signal, but the bar is green. Green means neutral. Don't want to get in on a green. We want to get in on a red for lower risk. There it is, right there. And it closes under the blue crosses. Anybody who watches these webinars or has software knows you want that bar to close under support. That just gives it even more of a powerful move. So you've got a red cross, 3 minutes saying sell, it's going down. 1 minute little dot there is also resistance above. It's red, it's saying sell it, it's going down. Price bar is red, it's saying sell it, it's going down. It's under the blue cross. I mean, this is just a pile of odds in our favor. It just doesn't get any more clearer and any more perfect, low risk, able trend, short signal than that. Well, let's see how we do. Stop, because we ideally like to put the stop just a little above that red dot. However, that's like 20 points away. That's just too far. We're not going to risk that much money. So what we do is, if we can't go to the dot above the red, if we can't go to the a little above the red dot, we're going to put it 2 points above the high of that red triple confirmation price bar. That's a much more manageable stop loss right there, 2 points higher. So let's see how we do. 4 to 5 times the price goes at least 5 points in that direction when the first time you get the triple confirmation trade. So for multiple lot traders, even if it's multiple micro lots, we always recommend to take one off after 5 points, because about 80% of the time it's going to go in that direction. You're going to get at least 5 points out of the trade. And that just makes you make good decisions going forward, knowing that you made a little bit of money on the trade. So as we're looking at it, I mean, this was just a home run right there. I mean, that's a super trade in 7 minutes. Now, when you get 2 green bars in a row, because the stop would be there at this time, second higher row of red dots. When you get 2 greens in a row, we put the stop 2 points higher, and the very next bar was stopped out right there at 55. But we shorted it at 80. That's a really nice trade. That's 25 points in about 10 minutes per one contract. We got clients who trade a heck of a lot of contracts, but I just keep it really conservative. So one lot, 25 points, that's a $500 winner right there. That's a nice trade. Yes, okay, when do I get back in? Well, you get back in on either a sweet spot or a reversal signal. Triple confirmation blue, blue bar, blue dot, blue cross. That's when we're nowhere near that because we're still on a 3 minute signal. So where do we get back in? There's a perfect sweet spot. Now, we like to use a 200/400 tick chart just for confirmation, but not everybody has that. So what I've been doing is just using a 15-minute, just for some long-term guidance. The 15 minutes obviously has been in a short trade all morning long. So when you get a red bar that's touching or just come off of a touch, which is the bar right before it, when you get a red bar, the green bar goes right to the red dot. It bounces right off of resistance. It's like, how did Abletrend know that? You started that red dot 10 minutes before that even happened. And the price went to the penny at the red dot and bounced off and it went low. Well, once the bar closes red, as long as that bar closes and finishes under the green bar right before it, we're going to go short at the open of the next bar. If you want to play it extra safe, nothing wrong with waiting for 2 red bars. And then you get in at the close right there at 50. So we're going to short it at 50. Here's how we did. There's our 2 greens. And you only use the 2 green bar stop if you're going to win more than 10 points on that trade. Otherwise, we just keep the stop above the red dots as explained before. I go through this all in the one-on-one trading session because nobody's going to get this perfect. It's not possible. And look how this one worked out. I mean, home run. This was just beautiful. There's 2 greens. Now the stop would be here at that point, and I'm going to move it 2 points above the higher of the 2 green bars right there. Now, remember, we shorted it at 55. I got to stop at a little under 30, but I'll call it 30 because there's always slippage and commissions. I always like to actually downplay the gains and not exaggerate them like most others do, because I don't like when that's done to me. You got to, I mean, you just guaranteed yourself 20, 25, 25 more points, another $500 per one contract. Already up five. Oh no, well, we lost 100 on this trade. So we're up 400 going into this trade. Well, let's just call it 40 points because it's, you could be multiple lot trader. And we stopped out the very next trade. I mean, that's serious, and that's serious money right here. I mean, we're talking some really serious money here. Now you're up, what, 80, 85 points? I'll just call it 80 just to take $100 off just for the heck of it. Obviously a no trade zone. And again, compare this to your trading if you don't have Able Trend, or if you're on a 1-month trial now. This way you know whether your results were better than Able Trend or they weren't. Okay, obviously all no trade zone. Short right there. Short right there. Triple confirmation short. Losing trade. I'm going to call it here, even though you probably had your stop a little closer. Let's just call it there. Let's just call it 10. It was 7 or 8 points. Let's just call it 10 points. Again, I want to stretch the losses also. So we're winning 70 points. We're going to go long right there. It's just an absolute. There's a textbook long trade right there, boy. That's just textbook if there ever was one. Blue bar, blue 1 minute, blue dot, blue 3-minute cross. Above the red crosses, I mean, that's just got like 5 things piled on, stacked in our favor to go long. It's just, you couldn't get more lower risk, higher profit potential. You don't know at the time. You couldn't get a better trade than that. I mean, again, ideally, it's best to put your stop even just a couple ticks under the blue dots because it gives you more protection. I mean, your stop is a little further away, but it's nice that you've got that wall of support, those blue dots, to block yourself from getting stopped out. So often you'll see hundreds of times it'll hit the blue dot, as I just showed you 5 or 6 times, it'll hit the blue dot, bounce off, and then go higher. And those are also great places to scalp, just like here would be a great place to scalp going short. Once the price hits the red dot, and by the way, the first sweet spot is the one we take. If you get it had another sweet spot here, which you didn't because the bar was green, but if the bar was red, not going to take it. I don't care if it goes down 100 points. You're not going to take it. The first sweet spot is always the most powerful and the lowest risk. So we went long here at about 50. Now let's even call it 55. It wasn't. But if you missed it, you had another chance there. Why? Because the price didn't go up yet. Another chance there. Another chance there. Wow, you had 4 chances there. You couldn't miss that one. A serious disciplined Able Trend trader would be jumping all over this one because it just couldn't be any more clear than that. And as you can see here, this was about 12, a little after 12 o'clock, about 12:12 Eastern time. That's 9:12 Pacific. So, how did it go from there? Remember, we're moving our stop loss higher to the second lower blue dot under the price. And at this point so far, I mean, what do we say? We're up like 80 points. So again, compare this to your trading if you don't have Able Trend or you're on a trial right now. Just compare your results. Well, this was about as good as it gets. Look at this thing go. I mean, home run. Now, 2 green bar. You certainly could use the 2 green bar exit right there, and you would have been stopped out there. Perfectly fine to do that because we went long at 55. We'd be out here at 85. That's another 30 points. We're now plus 110 points for the day at this time. That's $2,100. That's a lot of money. That's $20 a point. That's $2,100 per one contract. If you use the previous lower blue dots, which is what I always recommend, that's the first choice. But some people, they get a little nervous, so they're winning a bunch of money and they want to put the stops a little tighter. Again, it's perfectly fine to do that. You happy with 30 points? I would be. As it turns out, you could have grabbed a bunch more, but that's okay. I mean, for anybody who used the second lower small red blue dot, well, they really hit a home run because you'd be out on the red bar here, and you wind up picking up 50 points on that trade. That's $1,000 winning trade. Able Trend never said to get out because the number one rule is it stays above the blue dots, you're safe. Stay in the trade, you're protected. But perfectly fine. I totally agree with getting out on the 2 green bar exit, because the green means sideways and you don't know at that time it's going to go 30 points higher. Nobody knows that. So you get out with a 30-point winner. Nailed it. Beautiful job. Okay. I'm going to move along quickly here because I could see I'm out of time, but that's okay. I want to point out, well, no trade zone here, no trade zone here, because the market got extremely choppy in this, about a 1 hour period here. Losing trade here. So we were up 110 points going into this. 4 losing trades right here in a row. That's about you rarely ever see that. But I wanted to make sure that I pointed that out to you because it can happen. This is about real life trading, not fake stuff or glossing over the losing trades, because I make sure that I purposely point that out and focus on them, because there's risk in trading and it's not for everybody. But you're up 110 points. Let's just say 10 points on each. It wasn't that much. It wasn't even close to that much. But I want to exaggerate the losses. So you're plus 70 now. You're still at 1,400 for the day per contract. Still a killer day. However, and I love those last trades of the day, as it turns out. Now, that one was very quick. Not everybody could have picked that one up. So I'm not even going to count that. Let's just say we close it at 70 points. A $1,400 day per one contract. But if you did pick this one up, and again, it went fast, that's a perfect triple confirmation trade. That's exactly what we're looking for. The price is above the red cross. It's above the 3-minute resistance. You've got a blue bar. You've got the blue 1-minute dot. You've got the blue 3-minute. It's exactly what I've been talking about for the last 22 minutes. That's the perfect trade. And if you did catch it, you nailed it, because it just shot up like a rocket from there. In fact, it went up like another 30 points before the 4 o'clock New York close. So that was and I'm not going to count that. It was only a 70-point day. It was actually a 100-point day. Let's just call it 70. I won't even count that Able Trend winning trade at the end of the day. So it's just as good as it gets. It's been a fantastic month. It's been a fantastic year. But I mean, the past month, for, again, a serious, disciplined, Able Trend trader, you made way more than the cost of a lifetime license. That's for sure. And again, compare it to your trading results. If you didn't have Able Trend, or if you were on a trial and you wanted to compare, maybe if you did better than that today and all the previous days, well, perfectly, I mean, don't even think about buying it. But if you didn't, and I kind of say 99 out of 100, and it could have been 999 out of 1,000 traders didn't do as well, then obviously it's more than worth to have it. So that's for you to decide. Software sells itself. And I'm just here as a trading software consultant to show you the right way to use it. You take it from there. So that's how we use it. Good stuff. Again, I think you're really going to like what you see here if you don't have it. Let me just go over a couple of quick questions. Yeah, hello, Gene. Mark, cannot get Able Trend TD Ameritrade signal in evening. Is that normal? Yes, but it's free data, Mark. There's like a 4 or 5 hour period that for the TD data doesn't come in. But quite frankly, I don't know how anybody would trade during that time anyhow, because it's clearly not the best time of the day to trade. But you can trade with Able Trend anytime you like. And it's like anything free. There's you get what you pay for, but it is free. Years ago, everybody had to pay an extra $2,000 a year to get the data feed. You don't have to do that. Now the data is free. If you have a TD Ameritrade account or an Infinity account, which is strictly futures, but whatever you like. Yes, Michael Z, you're right about that one. Yes, sir. Deborah, you're welcome. And Mike, would you take a trade during lunchtime? It was not during lunchtime, Mike. You've been to 100 webinars. Yeah, I know that. And the lunch times between 12:30 and 1:30. And it's optional. You certainly can if you like, but you know, there are many times when between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern, it's sideways. That trade, that big winning trade today, that 30-point winner, actually it was more than 30 points, but that big winner was at 12:12. So it was not during the 12:30 lunchtime. Yeah, Mike Z, yes, sir. You're correct on all of those. Everything looked great. Yeah, there was actually 4 losing trades. Mike said he lost 3, but there was actually 4 losing trades during that time, Mike. And then, of course, the big quick move at the end of the day, which was a tough one to pick. But going into those 3 losing trades, I mean, we were plus 112 points, and that's even saying it very conservatively. However, nobody's going to get it perfect. If you got 80 or 90 or 100 points out of that, you got most of that. Hey, you still did, still very well done. And they were all very clear, obvious, able trend trades. No thinking. It was no gray area. It was a very clear cut triple confirmation trade. So hope this was helpful for you. Thanks for being here, everyone. I'm always glad to help. Stay safe.